Hey, it's Charles, and I'm here with client Gary Pruitt, who just since April has lost 150 pounds. So, Gary, tell the person here watching what life was like before you came into the program.
My life before was, it was like I was living in a fog of feeling bad continuously and energy levels, no energy levels. The job, it was tough doing my job because of the weight. Just being able to complete my task at work and at home was rough. And I had gotten to the point with I'm a truck driver, and my driver physicals and going to my doctor and getting the news from him that I knew I needed to do something. So I was either going to run into a wall health-wise, or I was going to step up and take care of it. And then I run into a name. His name was Charles D'Angelo, and that's where I started. I made the phone call.
So it sounds like there was a lot of fear in your life before you started the program.
Yes, there was. There's the fear of losing my job mainly. Well, not mainly. The fear of losing my life was the worst thing, because I have a family history of, on my mother's side, of just about everything you'd ever want to not have, and that's what I was afraid of. So I saw so many people sitting back and just continuing, and I used food as a crutch for any kind of problem that I had, any kind of worry. And Charles has changed that, changed my thinking of how I handle my food and my situations, and he has flipped a switch in my head.
Well, you've flipped the switch.
Well,
You're giving me too much credit.
Well, with the help of Charles D'Angelo, my head has been flipped, and it is working. And I've tried my whole life. I have tried to maintain or lose, and it's never. I mean, it's worked somewhat. Then I go back.
Have you ever lost this much weight?
I lost 100 pounds at one time, but it was not a good way.
It wasn't any strategic, healthful way?
No, it was the fin-fin.
Oh, okay.
Well, that stuff worked beautiful, but then after I went to the doctor,
Yes.
they sent me to get my heart checked and everything, but I would recommend Charles over any drug, and I do.
Well, thanks.
To everybody that I can, but people don't seem to want to commit and don't seem to want to do what it takes. And
well, maybe it's because they can't see the promise that you've been able to enjoy. In other words, sometimes when their reality is as dire as yours was, it's difficult to see a vision of the future.
Well, yes, it's difficult, and all they say to me is, it's money. Money, it costs. I said, well, what's more important, your life or your money? Well, you're not going to enjoy your money if you're not living, so...
You can always get more money, but you can't have more time.
And as an old guy told me one time, health is more important than money. And now that I get older and I'm limping around with this and that, I'm like...
Not so much anymore.
Not so much anymore. I am feeling like 200% better.
Tell me, how is life now? Now that you've lost weight.
I think life now is, I don't know that it's just physical. My mental clarity, I'm out of a fog that I don't know if it was the way I'm not a doctor. I'm not somebody that would know what the deal is. I just know the results. The results are, physically I'm getting around a lot better. I was a fat, what am I trying to say? Physical man. I could carry it. I could do it. But the older I got, the more it just
The harder it became.
the harder it became.
How did it impact your relationships?
Oh, traumatically, yes. My wife is so proud of me. My son is so proud of me.
I see you get emotional when you say that.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I kind of, he's not overweight much, a little bit, but I'm trying to motivate him a little bit, but with his life too, he's trying to figure it out. And
How
he
have
will.
things been professionally since you've lost all the weight?
Well, professionally, I can get in the truck a whole lot easier, and it's surprising how much more room is in the truck now. And it's the ride of the truck is so much better. It's so much easier on my body, and by the end of the night, I am not so wore out. Life has just turned around, and I energy levels up. And I am where before I never set goals. I'm setting goals for my life that I never did before. My goal before was just to make it through the day. It's just to make it through the day. That was my goal before.
And now?
And now I have goals of I start making lists. Charles got me making lists now. I'm making lists of things I need to do, and I am trying to get more with the future of phones and stuff. So I'm starting to put lists on my phone.
Updated and upgraded to technology,
upgrading the technology. I'm trying. It's tough, and I'm
you're
becoming a gym rat too.
Let me ask you this now, I'll let you go. If you were to put a dollar amount on the value that the program has brought into your life, a dollar amount, what would you say it's been worth to you?
I would say it'd be hard to put a dollar amount on
Try,
it.
if you could. Any number, first thing pops in your mind.
$1 million. I mean, it's changed.
It's giving you $1 million worth of value, you would say.
It's changed my life. It has made such a difference that, well, just my mental has changed.
Your attitude?
My attitude. I look
philosophy?
at things different now as far as life goes. Work.
You don't feel as much of a victim to it.
No, I feel I still struggle. Excuse me. I still struggle with. Well, like I go to put my pants on. I have new. My wife finally broke down and bought me new pants.
What was your biggest size, by the way?
Pardon me?
What was your biggest size?
48.
And now what are you wearing in?
A 38. And I think I'm going to need a 36 before long. I mean, I could probably get in 36. But really what is strange, though, is I pick these pants up to put them on, and my eyes say, what are you doing? These are not going to go on. And then I put them on, I'm like, yeah, my brain still hasn't realized.
Hasn't updated yet, fully.
Yeah, I need to download, or like my niece.
The Gary 2.0 version.
Yeah. Like my niece told me that when they were back from Florida after I'd started, and I was like 3 or 4 months in, she said I had been, I might not bring the word out. What's computer generated? CGI.
Yes.
She said Uncle Gary has been CGI'd because I do not look the same.
Okay, and last thing before we get out of here. If you're speaking to the person sitting at home watching this on their phone, they're stuck in the place you once were. They're at a place where they need to lose 100, 150, 200 pounds, or maybe they just need to lose 20 or 30 pounds, or maybe they just feel caught in that kind of no man's land place you talk about, kind of not really unhappy with where they are, but not really happy with where they are either. They're just kind of lost. What would be your message to them to get them moving in the right direction today?
My message would be, first I would call this guy right here. That would be my message. Because he lays the facts out. He tells you what it's going to be, what we're going to do. If you don't like it, don't come back. If you do like it, we'll work with you. And that's plain and simple. How much more plain and simple? But if you're sitting there playing on your computer and playing games, and you wonder why you feel the way you do, that's exactly why. You're playing games on a computer and sitting on your butt. And I've been I was an active fat guy. I didn't sit around and play games. I was a TV-aholic, but I burn wood at home. I cut wood. I didn't sit around, but it was tearing
But
me.
what you were doing outside of those activities.
Pardon me?
It was what you were doing outside of that activity. It was not the activity that was the problem. What was the major problem?
The fat, the eating, and I can say one thing. I don't think I was really a McDonald's bad food eater. I just like to eat a lot of food,
You didn't
and it
have
was
a
a lot of
strategy.
cooking.
Sure.
I didn't have a strategy. No. Well, it was working at where I worked. There was a problem. There was just so easy
Convenience
access.
stores, right?
Pardon me?
Convenience stores,
Yeah,
right?
they make a delicious pizza. Casey's General Stores makes a delicious pizza, and I love their pizza. And when a guy like me can go in and buy an extra large pizza and take it back out to his truck, and I eat the whole pizza by the end of the night, that tells you got a problem right there, one, and that I love to eat. So, and I'd say that's the road I was on for so long. That's what put me where I was at. And then the longer you go down the road, the less motivated you get about exercising, committing to even exercising. That goes back to the stage I was in of just trying to get up.
Trying to get through the day.
Yeah, just trying to get through the day.
And now you're making your day something you're happy with.
I'm
You
planning
didn't
what
allow
I
from
can
it.
get done instead of just trying to go do what somebody else tells me I have to do.
Awesome, Gary. Well, tune in on Tuesday where Gary will share his story on KSDK Channel 5 in the 10 a.m. hour on Show Me St. Louis.